Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome. Today might not be super long. Um, I, my voice has been coming and going in spurts, so sometimes they sound kind of fine, and sometimes I don't. So welcome. I, I'm dying. I thought it might just be a thing yesterday, but then last night, oh, am I getting better? Last night, I had a little spurt where I was trying to sleep and my body got really warm, my heart rate was super accelerated, and then I felt like I was drowning all night. And I woke up like every hour or half hour, and at a certain point at like 7:30 in the morning, I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep drowning in bed. I have to get up. I only slept for like a few hours. But I didn't want to put off streaming again. I felt bad not doing it yesterday, but I felt like crap. My stomach all hurt last night, but it doesn't anymore, which is good. I'm very tired, and I feel sicky. And I was originally just gonna work on stuff today, but then I was like, you can't do this or you don't stream. You did that enough last year? You did that enough in the last, like, couple months? You just gotta get on there. Even if it's only for, like, an hour or two, just hang out. Yeah, but it's not that hard to come talk. You just come chat and hang out. You know? I'm not as, like, animated as I normally am. Because I'm dying a little bit. I woke up all gross and sweaty, and it was a gross night. Oh, hi. I missed you, Miss Morvin. My chats aren't combining in my OBS. Thanks for the follow. It's awesome. Welcome to the Twitch chat. I used to never get sick. It was like super rare. I would never get sick like ever. And then all of a sudden, I joined the military, right? And then you go through the whole like needle parade, you get all the shots you need to get like everything done, and then something must have happened when I was going through all like the shacks and the barracks and everything. Something must have happened where my immune system decided to give up, and I started getting sick all the time. Like, I was used to having migraines when I was younger, but now I just die. Thanks for the subscription. Slothing. Sloth thing. Sloth thing. Two different words mushed together. I will stay hydrated, don't worry. I've got a lot of water with me. Also, you're subscribed, so anyone who's subscribed, I don't know who is right now. I put like 17 new emotes in the animated emote section. So if you're subscribed, you have access to more emotes, like a bunch of them. So have fun with those. Also, instead of being productive and getting work done over the weekend, like I should have. Look, there they are. Look, there they are. instead of being productive and like a good member of society over the weekend, I might have been a big dork and got obsessed after we beat Resident Evil 9, and then I 100%ed the game by beating it 4 more times. I have officially beaten the game in under 4 hours. I beat it in like just over 3 hours. I beat the game on Insanity. I unlocked all the bonuses. It's a great game. Thank you for the headpads. You're right, there is no headpad emote. We just don't have the slots. If we get another slot, I'll put it in. The only reason I ever got subs anyways because of gifts, so most of the time in your chat is because of Grim. Yeah, a lot of people sub because of Grim. No, Resident Evil 9, I think it crossed over. I think it crossed the threshold and Resident Evil 9 became my favorite Resident Evil. Which, like, it doesn't say a lot. My history with the Resident Evil series is I started playing with Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox 360. Years and years later, I played Resident Evil 6. And then I played 7, and I loved 7. I thought it was a great horror game or whatever. And then a really close friend of mine and I played 8 together. They played it and I watched, and it was super fun. But I don't know. 7 is really good because it's a great first-person horror nightmare game. It's scary. It keeps like the whole thing of it going the whole way through. Yes, some of the parts are kind of goofy just because Resident Evil is always a little bit goofy, but it never goes full. It never goes full like Resident Evil 5 or 6. But then 9 goes like, okay, here's this high tension section where you're playing as Grace. This isn't really a big spoiler, it happens at the start. You're playing as Grace, and you don't have a weapon or anything, and you've got a lighter, and you're up against the girl, who's this giant monster who chases you through the dark. And it's like, if it catches you, you die. It's scary, it's tense, and it's a very little section. And then they immediately juxtapose the whole situation by going, okay, now Leon has arrived at the clinic. Pick up that chainsaw and cut through these zombies. And it's this perfect mix of like, every time you're Leon, it sets you up to be comfy and cozy and have this weird, goofy experience. And then when you go back to playing as Grace, they're like, okay, the tension's gonna come back on, so be ready. And you're like, okay, I'm ready. Anytime you play as Leon, it's just so stupid, goofy experience. And then the throwbacks to 2 and everything, some people think was overdone, but I think it's like the perfect like kind of amount to just kind of like throw to the old games and be like, we're back in Raccoon City, we should have Raccoon City stuff. Or you do fumble the chainsaw and every enemy just picks it up and becomes the chainsaw enemy. That's true. I found out that I love... Hi YouTubers! I love watching, Leon do his, like, stupid, like... He's at the Super Magnum, the Requiem. I love watching him run around with that and blast zombies. And then they're like, okay, go to Grace. She's got like this little, like the old ass James Bond style pistol. That little tiny gun. She can't do anything. They also like give you the full experience of like Leon's inventory is way too big. And then 4 things. Also, I found out, I didn't realize while we were playing, those fucking blood puzzles that we never solved, I didn't realize that unlocked crafting recipes, and some of those would have made the game so easy. One of them lets you craft, like, those med injectors with just a green herb and some blood. That's true. She is a very small woman and can't carry as much as big, strong Leon. Big, strong Leon shows up to the care center with this big coat on or whatever. And then Victor's like, you don't look hot enough. Takes his jacket off. He's like wearing this skin-tight fucking overshirt. You're like, oh, damn. You muscly under there. Looking good, Leon. We simping now? I'm simping for... I've been simping for Leon. Leon's just got New Game Plus inventory. He's got New Game Plus inventory. He can have a rocket launcher and like 2 shotguns and a sniper rifle and 2 pistols in there. He's killing it. Whereas Grace is like, I have to carry 2 bottles and my handgun. I can't carry anything else. Also, I found out some goofy glitches in the game. I don't think that they're glitches, but I think that the things are coded wrong. I will say the names of the enemies, which shouldn't spoil it. But there's an enemy named Chunks, who is this big fat enemy, who runs through the care center after you. You can get another enemy to one-shot him. I saw it in a speedrun, and I was like, that is ridiculous. Because there's already an achievement for getting that same enemy to hit another enemy. But if you get him to hit Chunks, he just kills him. It's not fair. Chunks makes you think of, oh, Chunks or Super Paper Mario? I have never played Super Paper. Well, that's not true. I tried Super Paper Mario, and I couldn't do it. Gotta come to sneeze. The light wasn't bright enough. I lost it. I got fully into that sneeze, and then I went away. Chunk from the Goonies. Man, I haven't seen the Goonies in years. That's some old shit right there. And there's two things that would have made Resident Evil 9 like my easy game of the year already. Spoiler alert for anybody who wants to play it and doesn't want like weird little spoilers. Okay. When Hound Wolf Squad comes in, if it wasn't just a guy talking and it was actually just Chris Redfield, that would have made my day at the end of that game. It would have been wonderful. And then if Xeno was just confirmed to be Wesker, game of the year. That's game of the year right there. I was told Hunk is back. Yeah, Hunk's back. Hunk's in the game. He has a boss fight that's not super, super hard. But he's back. He's in it. It's heavily implied that it is Hunk, but like it's kind of hard to see that it's not him. He's a CQC expert. It's a CQC fight. We love Hunk, who may or may not be the same man. I just want them to reveal that Xeno is Wesker. Just do it. Just say it. Just come out and be like, that's Albert Wesker. I'd be like, this game is so stupid and I love it. Where's Snake when you need him? No. Where's Leon when you need him? Do you know how many sections that you do as Grace would be so much easier if you had Leon just right there? Snake is in Siege right now, which feels dumb. They should add Jill Valentine to Siege and make it so that she has a where her power is that she can open any door no matter what. She's got a skin on Zofia. Damn it. Do you know how... Actually, I was gonna say, do you know how easy the game would be if you were Snake? But that's not true. Leon's parts would be really hard if you were Snake. Because, like, Snake might be, like, an amazing soldier or whatever, but nobody's ready. Nobody's ready. Super Soldier Stealth Expert versus Tyrant. Listen, there's a couple parts of Resident Evil 9 that were like super scary, right? But then on like on a repeat playthrough, they're not at all. Like at all. Hi. When you first encounter the girl, scary. On repeat playthrough, it's like, get out of my way, I gotta finish the stupid part. But a part that gets me every time that I play through the game, which I've done 5 times, is the part where you have to kill the giant spider. Because I don't like spiders, but small little baby spiders, that's fine, okay? Once the spider gets above a certain size, that's when you have to get the flamethrower out. I did really enjoy it. I have 100%ed Resident Evil 9. It's done now. I have fully done it. No, yes, true. Most horror games aren't effective the second time. Unless you play it the second time, like, later, like, a couple years down the road. What I will give Resident Evil 9 is that it feels very Amnesia the Bunker in a good way. It's very Amnesia the Bunker in a good way. and I love it. I'm starting to realize that I might just like Capcom as a video game company. Like, maybe they don't have the best practices, but they seem to make pretty good games. I'm dead. Why do I have to be sick? Can we just decide as a society that no one gets sick anymore? Can we make a cure-all that just gets rid of all the thing? You got anything? Gone. You got a sick? Goodbye. All gone. Oh. I guess something that happened that would have had not happened on stream. I don't know if anybody's seen it. Do you guys know the Jones Soda Company? We've talked about the fact that I don't really drink soda anymore on stream before. But the Jones Soda Company made Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles of it, and I bought some. And I drank them over the weekend. And they were pretty good. It's like a classic style root beer. It's really nice. It's a really nice, just like casual drink. Capcom, I think, knows how to optimize their games. I think they just don't do it. They're more about just pushing the product out as fast as possible, which I don't think it's a good idea. It is like a root beer with more of a wintergreen flavor. It's very good. I'm not excited for the next Capcom project. I have played, technically as of now, I have played every Monster Hunter released in North America. I have a video up on my YouTube channel where we go up against the first monster in every game. It went up on Saturday. Capcom is not as bad as EA or Ubisoft, to be honest. Capcom just like they're just like, we make video games, and they seem to think that people want Mega Man really bad. And like, there's a Mega Man I want to play. There's one. Out of every Mega Man they've ever released, there's one Mega Man I want to play, and it's not a Mega Man game that's a Mega Man game. I want to play through. This is like a childhood thing, because I used to like rent it from Blockbuster, because I'm old. I want to play through Mega Man Legends, because I remember playing it as a kid and having no idea what I was doing, but I remember thinking it was so cool. Ubisoft is that one publisher that always surprises me that's still alive. It's because they have Siege and Assassin's Creed, I guess. I remember some stuff from Wilds from a long time ago too. It feels like, and yeah, Mega Man is nostalgia for me. Yeah. Hi, YouTubers. For me, we did play Monster Hunter. We played Wilds on the channel. We streamed through it. We streamed through on like right near the release of Wilds, and it was a nightmare. Apparently it's optimized now, but like the last patch is either coming out or has come out. Wilds, I don't think. Maybe the DLC will be massive and change my entire perspective on the game, but I'm pretty sure that Wilds is not going to be close to my favorite Monster Hunter, like at all. Like, see, for me, 4 Ultimate's a huge game for me. I love 4 Ultimate, and Generations is fantastic for the old style. If you want to play the old style without all the jank of the old style games. I think that that the best Monster Hunter is probably Rise. Even though it is very bully the monster because you're so fast. World had a problem for me. Monster Hunter World had the Clutch Claw that was added in Iceborne, and I think it diminished the experience. And it also had the fights that had like enrage timers where you had to kill them or you had to do a certain amount of damage in a certain amount of time. And I hate that. I think that's very not Monster Hunter to me. Enrage timers for monsters just feels dumb. Like the Elatrion fight just pisses me off. I just want to, like, the enrage timer in Monster Hunter, I want to be the timer for the hunt. That's it. If you're going to give me a timer for the hunt, don't make it so the monster also has a timer where if I haven't done enough damage, it's going to explode and kill everybody. Because that's not fun. That's just, like, meh. So Rise for me was the best one. Rise and Sunbreak made up, like, just a fantastic set of games. I don't think the locales were super interesting. I don't think that the monster choices were the best, but I think it is the best playing game out of all the games. And the switch skills were... No, the switch skills. The wire bug skills were funny. They had weird interactions. Like, the best Charge Blade build was the one where you do the slam where you throw yourself up in the air and then slam the ground and explode. Do this super amped element discharge out of a flip into the air. Yeah. Hi, Lily. I think that Capcom, just in general, makes games that I mostly enjoy. Oh, speaking of Monster Hunter, I could hear it in my voice doing little weird things. Nah. Monster Hunter Stories is coming out at the end of this week, and I put out a video on it on YouTube, and I don't think that we're gonna stream it, to be honest. I was originally thinking about streaming it. I had the idea in my mind, but the gameplay of Stories 3 isn't very fun from what I've played in the demo. It's very rock, paper, scissors to win, and I'm not about that. It also seems like it would just take a long time. It's a JRPG style Monster Hunter thing. So I don't know. If I play it, I'll probably play it privately, but I'm probably not gonna stream it. It just doesn't seem like the kind of game that would work well. It'd also take me too long. Rise didn't try to punish me for wanting to grind for New Year by subjecting me to the same voice lines every time you return to the main camp. That's true, but if you had the English voice lines on, anytime anything happened, your character would just scream about nothing for no... They'd be like, oh no, the monster's coming! You're like, okay, I get it. Shut up. Anyway, it felt more like a Final Fantasy to me than Monster Hunter. It does. Stories feels very JRPG. It's very JRPG Final Fantasy style than Monster Hunter. You ever drink water and you can like feel it? You like drink it and you can like feel it go all the way down into your tummy. It does feel nice, especially when you're sick. But right now, so if you guys don't know, I think I've talked about it before. I have a problem with one of my sinuses. Where my sinuses get like, it gets like blocked off. It makes it so I can get sinus infections pretty easy, which is what gives me my migraines a lot of the time. But it also means that if that sinus then reopens, it like leaks all into my throat and everything. It's disgusting. It's like the worst thing ever. And it tends to make me really sick. It's also the fact that I get nosebleeds like all the time. All the time. And it's because of my sinus. But right now, if I lie down, I can like feel it putting pressure into my face, and like then that nostril just like completely closes up so that I can't breathe like at all. That plus the fact that I have a respiratory issue, I have a damaged lung, means that any kind of thing that's going to obstruct my breathing makes it very hard to me to just live. Need to do a steam bowl. You'd think that would work, but I had a really hot shower yesterday and that didn't help at all. Makes sense. A post-nasal drip is annoying for sure. It really does wear your throat. Yeah, it sucks a lot. Vapor rub doesn't work. I have tried everything. I have a mixture of a bad sinus, a bad lung, and I also have a deviated septum. So my nose just doesn't like me. My respiratory tract just doesn't like me kind of at all. It's like, oh, you wanted to breathe? We thought that you would just die. Like, you know, like the neti pots and stuff? Where you like pour the water up into one nostril and then out the other? Now it's just really up and around. Mine will go in the one side, it gets stuck up at the top, and then I just start to drown. It just won't make the full trip around. I can't. I have tried. And they're like, have you tried putting like a Vaseline in your nose to try to soothe it? And I'm like, no. So tried it like a couple times and I was like, this just makes it feel like I got goo in my nose. And it doesn't help. And then trying to wash that out of your nose is a nightmare. But it sounds horrible. It is horrible because the whole like inside of your nostrils all like greasy now. So you gotta like get in there with like tissues and stuff and like try to like wipe it out. And it doesn't work, and oh, it's just a disaster. But yeah, that's been me today and yesterday. Has been me dying. And I wanted to stream. I did feel bad not doing it yesterday, and I was like, even if you're sick, get on there tomorrow and just go hang out with them. Maybe they'll help make you feel better. You guys are helping. Not the scratchiness of my throat. That's just getting worse, but you know, there's not a lot I can do about that. Oh my god. I am having water. I have a water bottle in my hand. I just have my water bottle in my hand. Just taking sips when I can. Making sure to stay hydrated. Only little bits at a time because my tummy was upset yesterday. So, but that could have been because of the grossness that is me right now. I had to check up with my doctor and everything looked better than ever. I also got to start Prague. That's good. You get to start Prague? You trying to be an ultimate over there? Ooh! I wish. I wish. I could probably get on it. I probably just need to... Fucking medical ultimate. Yeah, no, this is medical ultimate. Getting progesterone. Medical ultimate right there. I'm just taking my estrogen. My little... What color are these ones now? My old ones are purple. These ones are like a bluey green. I've been on HRT for over 4 years, and I just got it. It took me like 3 to 4 years to get any progesterone. Brothers? I don't know why brothers is my term now. This has been a thing that started recently where I say brother. It's technically sisters at this point. I'm just stupid, and I'm tired. New verbal tick unlocked. I don't like it. Huh. To be fair, I was still getting changes until like about 6 months ago. How long have I been on meds? When did I leave the military? That was a long time ago. 2024? Oh, my 2-year anniversary is coming up. I haven't been on HRT for a long time. Two years. I have an easy anniversary for mine. Mine is May 31st. The patches? I just take pills. They said I could do injections and stuff, and then I was like, I don't know how to tell you this, but I am scared of needles. Speaking of, I haven't eaten my pills today. Let me stack them up and eat them. You just sublingual? A hoe to what? Huh? Are you talking about the under the tongue ones? Is that what that's called? Oh. No, mine are pills that I just swallow. I just take these 3 little greeny blue pills and I swallow them. And lets it bypass the liver better? Nah, I don't need that. The liver sounds like it keeps you alive, but I don't need that. Nah. My levels are actually apparently fantastic. They checked my levels last time because I had a heightened, I don't remember what. And they were like, let's just readjust a little. And then we readjusted a little, and they're like, you're doing great. If I get my surgery, hopefully soon-ish, within the next couple of years, which is I'm scheduled for it, then I can get off one of my meds. It'll be awesome. I won't have to take my T blockers anymore, because my body's gonna just stop doing that. My body's just gonna stop making that, so I just don't have to take that med anymore. I am terrified. I've never had a real major surgery before, and that scares me. Also, the process of getting in to have this surgery, I don't know how this is the conversation we've gone on to, but the process of getting into this surgery is a lot of telling your doctor, hey, I want to have this done. How do we do it? And then they're like, we do it like this. And you're like, okay, how do we start the process? And then they're like, we do it this way. And then it's I had to do an interview with a doctor, and I had to do an interview with a psychiatrist, and then I had to do another interview with a doctor, and then they sent the forms into the government to be approved, and then I had to wait for government approval so it could go back so I could have another appointment with my doctor. Do you get to pay anything for it? No, I don't. Technically, I do. Because we're gonna chat just so you're ready. There's maybe a little graphic knowledge. Keep your ears closed if you don't want to hear. So I'm getting a depth. I'm getting like the full thing done. So I have to pay for the tool called a dilator. There's multiple of them. That's the only part of it I have to actually spend my own money on. And that's so that it stays instead of trying to like close up. Yeah. But the rest of it's covered. And I've already met the doctors that are gonna do it. They've like I went in for my first appointment and they were like, let's explain what this is gonna be like. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and then they walk you through every step of the surgery, and I was like, that sounds awful. That sounds completely awful. And then they're like, and then afterward, you have to dilate. And I was like, so now I have to fuck around with it while it's still a wound. Got it. It's very exciting, but it's still a ways off. I've still got time before it all comes around. But I am on the list and waiting. And meeting the doctors was really nice, other than the fact that I had to do a physical exam for it once. So I had people touching me, which was very weird. Very, very strange. Both of the doctors who are going to be performing my surgery are both women, which is nice. And I have seen pictures of what happens post-surgery on other people. Many pictures. I don't mean like I've seen a couple. I have seen like hundreds of photos of not of my own will. This was like just part of the interview processing, was people showing me images of what it looks like. And I was like, thanks. Thank you for this. This is not what I wanted to see, but now I have seen it. Thank you. Thank you for that one. So, if you get it done one day, I hope the best. I warn you in advance, those meetings are very weird. But my doctors and stuff were super chill about it. They were really cool. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. They like open the pictures on the computer and then they like spin the monitor to show you and you're like, oh. Like spin the monitor to show you and like, oh, that's just a vagina. I'm not even sure if American insurance is still trying to not cover insurance. So transition surgery. You know, fully colored. I mean, yeah, but it's Canada. I went to get it, but between money and how scared I am of surgery, I don't know. Honest to God, I'm terrified. I'm very scared of the surgery. It freaks me out to no end. But they're professionals and they've done this a lot, surprisingly. So I trust them. I have a friend who had the surgery done like the other way. He had the surgery done to get the other thing, and his went very well. Mostly my fright about it is the fact that I'm going to be like out of commission for 3 months. Like I'm just gonna be dead for 3 months, because that's how long it takes to heal. So I'm just gonna be like, hey guys, I have to go for my surgery. Love you all, goodbye. And then I'm just gonna be gone for months. They ask you throughout too. They're like, are you financially in a place where you're stable enough where if this was to happen, you'd be okay? Do you have people who could help take care of you during your recovery? Do you have a place to be that's going to be safe and clean? Do you have emotional supports that will help you get through it? Because it's going to be a very trying time. Thankfully, I have all the supports I need. I have all the systems in place that I need to make this all work, so it was very easy to answer the questions. Telling my family that that's what's gonna happen, it was very weird. And then the preparation that like my mom started taking like right away, I was like, I'm not having the surgery done for probably years, so it's okay. You don't have to plan for it happening like tomorrow. It's an interesting talk. Emotional support in the form of puppers. See, I would love to say that I have Echo as my emotional support during the event, but I won't see her for those 3 months. So Echo and I live in the garage of my mother's house right now. That's where we are currently. And when I have my surgery done, I can't be out here because there's not a shower out here and there's not like a bathroom out here, and I'm barely gonna be able to walk. So I have to go in the house and Echo's gonna be out here. So we're gonna be separated for a bit, which will make her really happy to see me again, because she's never gone that long without me. The longest she's been without me is 10 days. She's gonna lose her little mind. But yeah. That's me right now. Sick, dying, dealing with medical. Oh yeah, I did want to ask if people were what? Oh, if people were able to know. What do you mean my new content? Who's that? People are asking about me? People were asking about me? Who's asking about me? If people want to know where to find me, they can know where to find me. That's okay. If people want to know, I'm here. I'm right here. Trying to stream 3 to 4 times a week. Rain, sun, snow or shine. In sickness and health, apparently. We're trying to stream. We're trying to stream and make content and have a good time and hang out. So if anybody wants to know, absolutely you can tell them. Yeah. I did keep changing my name for a long time. Keep changing my name for a long time. Should have been somewhat of a sign of the fact that I wasn't entirely sure of my identity. Me kind of losing it here and there and everywhere. Struggling and struggling and struggling. Then people on the last channel I had are like, your branding is very telling. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you got that light pink with the light blue and a bit of white on there. That's kind of telling. I don't know. I don't know. Who could ever think that maybe those were signs? Nobody at all. Who could have guessed? Me playing Final Fantasy XIV, running around as my Makote, named Tsuki. People referring to me as her or she. Literally me never correcting anybody and going, this feels really validating. I don't know why. Teehee, I don't understand. Goes on Google. You know you're really in the weeds of it when you're watching like trans creators or whatever, and then all of a sudden you Google, how do I know if I'm trans? And you get to a Reddit post where this person goes, I think it might have been r/ something about trans people. They ask, how do you know if you're trans? And one of the responses was, well, you're here, so that's a sign. And I was like, shit. Shit, my life's just about to get a lot harder. This is gonna be awful. Me in the military over Christmas break by myself, Googling if I'm trans. Then I come out to a friend of mine and he's like, yeah, you know, that makes sense. And I'm like, what do you mean that makes sense? Then I've got to deal with being in the military for a little while. Well, I've come out to friends of mine and my family without coming out to work. Going on a trip to Iqaluit, up north of Canada. They had an LGBTQ night at a bar that we went to, and the guys I was with were being super, like, homophobic and transphobic, and I was like, I don't want to fit in with you guys, but I also, if I don't, you guys are gonna hate me. My favorite Pokemon are sort of a sign. Arcanine, big pupper dog. Always a favorite. My favorite of the Eevees is Glaceon. Who else? I like Ducklet, but I like Ducklet because Ducklet's kind of a dumbass. Like me. It's a complete moron. I like Cleffa, the little one. The little pink one. Clefairy's fine, but Cleffa's cuter. I remember some of these, but this was over a decade ago. I like first evolution Pokemon, which should be a sign already, that I just like them when they're cute. When they become like the big, huge monster things, I'm like, ew, with that. But I'm also not Pokemon coded, right? They released the stuff on Winds and Waves or whatever, and I was like, this looks dumb as fuck. I don't want the Angry Birds bird, but yellow. That fucking Little Pet Shop lizard. Or a fucking just a Pomeranian. Like, no thanks. It just doesn't look good. My enjoyment of Pokemon has definitely gone down over the years. Not even on the fact that the games technically barely work. Pokemon Zaza was pretty good. I did like Pokemon X, it was fun. I also liked Pokemon X, sort of. But like, I didn't like Sun and Moon or the other ones. Pokemon moved downhill when they just decided that they were just gonna make Pokemon, and they were just like, oh, who cares what it is? Just make it. And like, I've got arguments for certain Pokemon that people will be like, well, that Pokemon's just like this Pokemon, and I'm like, yeah, but there's a difference. Like, I don't like Clink Clang and whatever the other versions of it are called. I don't like Klefki. Shit like that, and people will be like, well, what about Electrode and Magnemite? And I'm like, but it's different because Electrode and Magnemite are not only old as dirt for Pokemon, but if they were like the exception to the rule for Pokemon, that's okay. The fact that the new Pokemon starters to me look like they could have been something from a fan game or from a thing like Pal World or whatever. Like, if your new Pokemon designs look like they could potentially be from not Pokemon, then I'm sorry, they're not good enough. And I'm okay. And I'm okay if Pokemon releases new games without releasing new Pokemon. There doesn't need to be new Pokemon every time. You think every Digimon game has got new Digimon in it? Motherfucker, that series has been running with fucking Patamon into Angemon and fucking the cat into Angemon since day one. Those bitches have been running with Agumon as the fucking poster boy of that shit since day one. Agumon has got new evolutions and stuff, but motherfucker, Digimon has been ruling it with that. My thing with Pokemon nowadays is Pokemon... Try to imagine, you know the old watercolor style, the way that they drew the Pokemon in the watercolors before? Try to imagine the new Pokemon drawn in that watercolor style and see if they fit in together. They just don't. They just don't mesh. They don't play. And like... people have made them into like the sprites for the older games, and yeah, they look okay, but they don't match. Like, I think there's Pokemon that are in the series now that already don't match. Look at fucking Druddigon. And then we get games like Pikmin with Feather Charizard. That whole game is just other Pokemon. There's a Pikachu in that game. There's a Feather Charizard. There is Anubis, which just looks like Lucario. There's the one that looks like that stupid legendary deer, but not Xerneas, the Calbrio or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't know a Pokemon good enough for that. They got a fucking... There's Cerulege. That's another thing. Cerulege just looks like Mega Man. Why we gotta have Mega Man? Since when were you like, I'm playing Pokemon, and then Mega Man appeared? I don't think they'll ever make a 2D game again. Because the sprite work, that's a lot of work to make those sprites and stuff. Plus, it's not as appealing as an open world game with really realistic looking water. I'm so afraid that Winds and Waves is gonna look good in all the trailers, and then it's gonna release, and that water is gonna make the Switch like... The game is just gonna run like a giant fucking pile of shit. Even the performance of Pokemon Zaza was sometimes not the best. It's mostly good, and sometimes it's not the best. So a Pokemon specifically with higher fidelity graphics would mean that they need to optimize it better, and they barely optimize the shitty graphics. So like... Sword and Shield, fucking Scarlet Violet, fucking Legends Arceus, all running like garbage. Winds and Waves, I have no hope for that game running well at all. Listen, we've had realistic looking water since the GameCube. Fucking Super Mario Sunshine. It's a game about water. As an entire game about water. You know, I've never played Pikmin. Never ever have I played Pikmin. I think I might have, like... This is gonna make me sound old. I may have potentially tried it a little bit at one of those GameCube kiosks at, like, a McDonald's once. When I was little. Jesus. that a YouTube subscriber? What is that? What is this? What is that notification? That scared the shit out of me. SSR has been good for years and they just don't use it well? What's SSR? I don't know that. If it's like a technical term for something, I'm definitely not gonna know that. I was being a nerd about the topics I know about last night while I was in like my haze of dying because I'm sick. I was talking about airplanes. What's the SSR? Should I Google it? Why are there so many things open on my computer right now? I'm too confused to live. I can't Google it. I don't know the context. Yeah, there's actually, surprisingly, I will say this, there is a bunch of really old games I want to play. I remember the demo kiosks back when developers had faith in a taste of a game being enough to sell it. Now we've moved to have faith and get excited for the cinematic trailer. That's true. Like the game kiosk that I remember, it was like half Pikmin, half Luigi's Mansion. And it was cool as fuck. But like nowadays, you get like a demo for a game that might be cool, right? Or like, you get a trailer, and they're like, look at this CG rendered trailer, and you're like, that's cool, and that looks really good, but that doesn't show me anything about the game. Like, people were all about the Divinity trailer, because there's people doing the deed in the trailer. But the trailer didn't tell us anything. We didn't learn anything. Like, we don't know anything about that game other than it's gonna be called Divinity and sex happens. Which, like, thanks. That's like learning about like Mass Effect, and they're like, it's Mass Effect and sex happens. You'd be like, yeah, everyone knows that in Mass Effect sex happens. Like, that's not a question, really. We all just know. What the fuck? There's a game. There's a demo that came out. That's really cool. I haven't played it, really. But I was excited. I was gonna make a video on it, but I don't know how, because it's short. And it's of this really cool game that is like it's supposed to be like a spiritual successor. Or like, not like, I don't know if it's a spiritual successor, or like just like a heavily influenced video game. We could probably play the demo really quick if I played it today. But it looks really cool. It plays kind of, you know what? We'll come back to chatting after, but we should play it. There were parents who got upset about the bumping of uglies in Mass Effect because they couldn't be asked to research for their... Yeah, but people didn't do that about any game back in the day. Like, Were people's parents looking at like GTA, or were you just getting GTA for your fucking little kid, you know? Okay. Okay, let me load this up so we can play it, because you know what? I kind of want to. And if I play something today on stream, it'll make me feel like I did my job. It'll make me feel like I'm doing good. Let me get over here. It's very loud. It's very loud. I'm gonna actually mute it so you guys don't have to hear it. It's a specific. It's called this. Captured. Yeah. Chat, look. Chat, look. It looks kind of goofy. Maybe this? We'll come back to just chatting, but I have to show you this. This is called Wild Blue Skies. And it should be reminiscent of, something. Legally distinct Star Fox.
Long ago, the evil Grimclaw, once decorated chief engineer of the army, launched the world into war.
I'm very excited for this. Apparently it's coming out this year. Because I love Star Fox 64.
An elite squadron of fighter pilots. General Harding and the forces of good prevailed.
The Blue Bombers.
The evil mastermind into exile. After years of peace, an armada of robotic forces has emerged from the volcanic regions.
This is
of the
definitely
north,
not Star Fox.
Across the land, Grimclaw has returned. General Harding, unable to withstand this new attack, calls upon
we have Dog and Rue and Liz.
And stop him.
I have no idea what their names are. But if it's gonna be anything like Star Fox, his name will be Dog. Is it a deer? I don't know if it's a deer or if it's supposed to be. Oh, maybe she is a Dell. So we can do the only mission, which is Hurricane.
You're going to cut through that storm? Be careful, Bowie.
Bowie?
It'll take more than bad weather to stop us.
I loved Star Fox, so having a game that's Star Fox is so exciting for me. But like literally, you'll see in a sec.
We'll get through this.
I've gotten to this point before. You guys will see. It is just Star Fox 64. They break off, and then you go, Star Fox.
I can't see past my nose.
I can't kill anything.
We're not the only ones lost.
My gun is butt.
What is this place?
This gun sucks.
These ruins definitely weren't on the flight plan.
It started me on level 2.
Hiding here all alone?
W. But it's just like Star Fox. I'm like super set. Ah!
This place is falling apart.
No, did I miss a gun? I'm so dumb. I can't miss gun. I need gun. Oh no, it was just a silver.
Did we really have to pick the scenic route?
I'm assuming there's multiple paths.
You want a piece of me?
No, Chunk, don't die. Huh.
Sorry, team, you'll have to do without me.
Chunk, no.
No time for sightseeing, boys. Keep pushing forward.
Ow. I need a better gun.
Sending a little something your way, Bowie.
Jill? Jill the rabbit?
Whoa! Look out!
That's a gun upgrade? I'm down for the gun upgrade. Ow.
This is too much!
Nuh-uh, not if I hit my boost button.
Looks like the storm's easing up.
Don't go jumping the shark, bombers! I'm here to stop you!
What the fuck?
Merely a tackle!
I like that it doesn't say his name, it just says boss.
Try not to get wet!
Ah. Get him. My bomb didn't hit. Oh my god, he has so much health. No, don't go back under.
Right up to my gals with you!
Go into all range mode. Can I just shoot him now? I can. Get him. Blaster lost. Get him. I got him.
Am I scared for this?
Yeah, well, they had to fill the archetypes, right? I think Chink. Wow, I'm tired. Chunk? Chuck? The bull?
Blue bombers, check in.
Is supposed to be.
Chuck's ship is getting patched up.
Yeah, Chuck. I think he's supposed to be.
I'm doing great!
Oh my god, what's his name? Pepper?
Not a scratch.
She's supposed to be Falco, I think. That's, I think, the archetype we're filling. I have Canton. Yay! I'm pretty sure that's the end of the demo.
Thanks for playing.
Like, it's so, it looks so cool. But yeah, I wanted to show it off, and like, today felt like the right day, you know? I'm sick. I'm like, I just noticed right now, we played that. Keep typing Slippy and my PC corrects it to Skippy. That's okay. I just noticed, like, right now. We played that one game and I'm like sweaty. I'm like dying. I don't deal with being sick well. I always get too warm and my heart rate is way too high all the time. Which it probably is. Oh, it's not right now. I'm actually fairly calm right now. Apparently. Ugh. I just need to drain my sinuses out. I just need it to be gone. But no, I'm super happy when companies, like, when anybody goes and they take a game property like that. Pretty sure this is in here. Oh, it doesn't. It just says that it reimagines the classic on-rails adventures of the 90s. Which, like, obviously it's supposed to be a Star Fox thing. Um, but I'm always happy to see companies or solo devs or whatever going and being like, hey, I loved this one thing when I was young. Why don't I make a passion project about that thing? Because it feels more genuine that way. Also, your voice sounds much more warmed up. It is, thankfully. I still have a bit of a crack in it, but I'm warming up to it. I don't know if anyone else is like this. When I'm sick, I'm in my worst condition in the morning when I get up for the first few hours, and then at night right before I go to bed. Those are my 2 points when I'm in my actual worst conditions that I'll be in for the whole day. When I'm in midday and things have happened, I'm like more normal and I'm more okay. But like when I go to talk to people tonight, I'm probably going to sound worse again. I'll probably be all tired. I mean, I'm still tired right now. I woke up, the earliest I've woken up for a while, I woke up at 7:30. That was after waking up at 6:30. I woke up with the dog all cuddled up to me, way too hot, dying. I have my alarm set for 9:30. Give myself a nice luxurious sleep, because I normally don't go to bed until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Look at like 8 hours is what I'm trying to go for. 3:50? If I woke up at 3:50, I'd only have slept for like an hour. I am not an early morning person. I am more of an evening person. For sure. I made it very easily known. I should turn music on. I was wondering what we were missing. Sonic, continue DJing now. Yeah, I'm not an early morning person, so 3:50 would be brutal. I have woken up early like that before. When I was in the military, I used to have to wake up early like that all the time. Which led to some of my insomnia symptoms. Some of which being the fact that I couldn't sleep if I knew I had something coming up. You have narcolepsy? I have the opposite. I get anxiety about having events happening in the following day. Like I had an appointment for my appointment to go have my physical exam at the doctor's for my surgery, like we talked about earlier. That appointment was at 8:30 in the morning in the city, like in Toronto, which for me is like a while away. Like it's not like super far, but it is a bit off. So I had to drive in, which meant that I was struggling to sleep because I knew I had to be up so early. I basically had insomnia since I was a kid, yeah. It's funny, when I was young I had insomnia, but after the flu and COVID, my disease, I ended up developing... Oh, interesting. See, I have a respiratory issue because of COVID. My right lung has damage, and sometimes it gets hard to breathe. Sometimes I'll get like sharp shooting pains in my side, and it'll feel like somebody stabbed me. and it causes me to like have like really short breaths, and I struggle a lot. It's not a good time. I have people who tend to be fairly concerned when I go into my little episodes. But I don't struggle with it often. It tends to happen mostly at night, which thankfully means that it doesn't happen during my streams. Or that would suck with us sitting here and me dying from an issue. Because like it like makes me like stop. I like stop breathing properly entirely. But I only got it because I've had COVID 3 times now. All of which I got from work when COVID happened when I was in the military. And I got hit with that on my second bout, where I was hospitalized. COVID did seem to fuck up people's bodies. It was wild. My first bout was just I had like a bad few days. My second one, I was like, I'm struggling to breathe properly. I should go to the hospital. And I had like the full exams done. I had like they checked like my heart and stuff. And then they did an x-ray and they're like, there's like a little mark on your lung. This is why you're having a hard time breathing, and this is why it hurts sometimes when you breathe. If that doesn't go away within the next week, you're gonna have it forever. And I was like, okay, is there no way to fix it? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll just I'll just live with that. And what's crazy is I've had 3 of the vaccines. So I'm supposed to be like, good. Supposed to be like killing it, but apparently not. Apparently if there's gonna be COVID ad, I'm just gonna have it. You had 6 shots? That's a lot. Every time I had a shot, it always fucked me up a little bit. The next day, I'd be like kind of fucked. This is a good song. But yeah. Today was very medical. We talked about some gaming stuff. We talked about some Pokemon stuff, and companies, whatever. But then it was the strands and medical stuff today. Last time I had a COVID shot, I basically felt worse than when I was normally sick. Yeah, my last COVID shot, I think it knocked me out for the following day. I was like, I felt like I was gonna puke. It was very weird. And that was years ago. Because, the whole war in Ukraine started, so COVID was over. Because the world only deals with one issue at a time. We only do one thing at a time. There can't be multiple. Because the news needs to be on top of whatever's new, and then everybody just forgets that certain things happen. COVID, that's not real. Moving on. Donald Trump's the president again? That's been a big news story for a while. Well, I dislike being sick. I dislike it. I do not wish to be sick. Then just stop. Oh, okay. I'll just turn the switch and it'll shut it off. I have a super shit immune system, so I didn't have much reaction. Because the immune system reactivity is pretty proportionate to how bad you feel. I feel like my immune system's pretty good, to be honest. But like, I feel like it got so much worse after I joined the military. I don't know what they did to me. I don't know how they made me that much weaker, but my immune system after basic training was like, what if we just didn't work anymore? You passed by an ice out of Minnesota sign. You thought it was a protest against winter. That's funny. You guys are crazy down there in the States. Crazy, crazy wild for fucking country. Land of the free, except like not really. I'll give it to you guys that when you're on a good roll, you're a great country. But when you guys are like you are right now, that's not a great place to be. Like, you got some good shit going on down there sometimes. You know what's really nice down there versus up here? You got a good price of gas down there compared to here. To be fair, there's ice on the ground over half the year, so protesting in favor of global warming isn't out of the question. I mean, that's true. The ice and snow is all gone from here for now. But that's because we had a weather swing. It went from being like, I don't know the Fahrenheit. I was going to try to translate it for you guys, but I don't know it. It was like -2 degrees Celsius here. And then yesterday and today, it was like 15. I think today's 11 or something. Wait, I have it in Fahrenheit on my thing right now. On my phone right now. Right now, it is 56 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that means in real numbers. But like, it's supposed to be like 23 within the next couple days. So we're hitting that like horrible time of year. 28 Celsius is disgusting. No thanks. No thank you. We have a lot of humidity here, but it's not hot because it's Canada and it's March. I was gonna say February. but it's March 10th. Hey, happy belated Women's Day, everybody. Happy belated Women's Day. I did not stream on Women's Day. Why do we gotta have... I understand, like, the idea of the recognition for people on specific days. But, like... all that ever does is lead to jokes, you know? We got a Women's Day, huh? So what is every other day a guy's day? Is this the only day that women can? February is Black History Month, so every other month of the year is just a regular History Month. Because Black history isn't a part of real history, apparently. June is fucking Pride Month, so like gay and lesbian, trans fucking people don't exist out of June. Just doesn't happen. What's for July? I don't know. Canada Day and the 4th of July? Is it a something month every month? And then people with the food ones, they're like, it's International Taco Day. Like, the fuck? Why do you gotta wait until a specific day of the year to have a taco? Just eat a taco when you want. It's fucking National Pancake Day. We can have pancakes. Bitch, have pancakes when you want. Want pancakes for breakfast? Have pancakes for breakfast. We're not gonna do this shit where it's gotta be some special day to eat what you want. I don't like the months thing. Listen, I'm bi. I'm trans and I'm bi. So, I'm not gonna only be that in June. And I don't want people to only recognize that that's who I am in those months. That's who I am. Period. It's like how stupid. I like, you know, like, I like Valentine's Day. Right? Valentine's Day, very romantic, whatever. But like, that doesn't mean that you don't have to love your partner on another day. You know what I mean? Like, Valentine's Day is great because it's like, here's a special day we can celebrate together. But like, also, that could just be any day. Boyfriend or girlfriend's like, ooh, I want to take you out to dinner and then we'll have like a nice, like, we'll go to the movies or on a date somewhere. And then we'll get some like wine and we'll go home, you know, like whatever. You could do that any day. You don't have to like save it for Valentine's Day. Oh, I got you these flowers and I got us a reservation at this restaurant. Yeah, you can do that any day you want. It doesn't have to be in February. What if I want to wear something really cute that's inappropriate for February weather, huh? How's that supposed to work? Isn't Condom Appreciation Day a day after Valentine's Day or something? Is it? Are we appreciating condoms now? Are we into that now? Why are you adding that layer between you and your partner, you know? Why are you adding that layer? Do you want to be that far apart from them? Are you sure? No, because I don't want to get, I don't want to like get her pregnant, so we use a condom. You know the best way around that? Date a trans girl. Then you don't need the condom. Because then you're not getting her pregnant. Unless you try really, really, really hard. Truth, just try harder. See? So if you don't want to have a kid and just date a trans woman, you two can have sex all you want. If you want to have a kid with a trans woman, you just gotta try really hard, which means like if you're not trying really hard to have a kid, you won't have it. But if you're trying really hard to have a kid, maybe it'll happen. Who knows? It's the best form of birth control. Date a trans woman. And just think, if they don't tell you if they've had the surgery or not, it's like a surprise when you unpackage the gift. You're like, oh, wasn't expecting that, but I'm in. It's a mystery box. It's a loot box. You open it up and you're like, oh, wow. I can't believe it. You've had or not had the surgery yet. Exactly, my pants are a loot box. Yeah. Yes, they are. Also, I understand people have their preferences for who they like and who they don't like. Right? And I respect that. But like, you're missing out on 50% of the people if you're straight. At least 50% of the people. You miss out on more of the people if you have other problems. Gotta wear really, really baggy shirts. So it's a mystery box too. True. Was friends with a trans woman in college and didn't realize she was trans, it's just she pointed it out. I like to think about like how she pointed it out. Was friends with a trans woman in college and I didn't realize until she pointed it out. She just hasn't had bottom surgery and she's like, look. You're like, oh. Oh, I see. Noted. Thank you for sharing with the class. I think I feel like a soreness in my throat. It's awful. I wonder. knew there was a trans woman in my class, but I didn't bother figuring out who it was. I mean, so my trans friend, my male trans friend, when I met him, it was before his transition. And I remember people thought that he was before. And it became very obvious when they were saving up money for top surgery. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's weird that you're selling bacon chocolate chip muffins to save up that money, but people are buying them, so you're gonna save up the money for it. I know that he also had one of the bad experiences of coming out to his family. His parents were not super okay with it. That was super unfortunate. But everybody kind of came around to it. But now he's the short king, so... And he does, like, powerlifting and stuff, and... guy stuff. Very, not me stuff. He's like, I gotta hit chest and back. And I'm like, what if we did cardio and then legs? He's like, ew. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna work up on myself. I also love leg day. I like training my legs. Yeah, I like training my legs. I like doing squats. I like doing deadlifts. And I like doing hip thrusts, except it is a little bit awkward at a public gym doing hip thrusts. The burn is satisfying and lifting heavier weights is fun. It is. It is, except for the fact that I push myself too hard and then I can't walk or sit properly for a couple days. I play too hard when I lift heavy weights. I'm not nice to myself. I make sure that I am struggling the whole time. I was a very, like, 3x5 kind of lifter. And then I moved to lift until failure, and that didn't do me favors, to say the least. And now I have to be careful lifting because I've got a bad knee and a bad ankle and a bad foot. But I still like doing it. My biggest thing is I want to have really nice legs and I want to have a really nice back. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta have a nice little tummy, right? You get a nice little tummy. You get a nice back and you get nice legs. I'm okay with that. But I don't want, like, bulky shoulders and I don't want, like, bulky arms and stuff. So training gets weird. trying to balance that out gets weird. Because it's like, my arms are so weak, I can't lift the heavy weights for my legs. But like, I don't want to give up, but I don't want to be bulky. So it's like, do I max out at a certain point and just kind of give up? Because my arms would get bulky? I want to work out different muscles, do archery. Archery works out your back a lot. It's crazy. If you've ever seen like people who do like archery recreationally or whatever, and if they ever have like their shirt off or whatever, you look at their back and it's like they pull the string back and they're just like shredded. You're like, okay, I see you. Yeah. I would do like a sport or something of some kind to work out, but I don't know where you can do them here, and I don't know how much that would cost. So the last time I played a sport, I played squash, which is like one of the strangest sports of all time. But I have my squash racket. It's right up there. Right there. I can see it. It's right there. The sport I'd love to get into is kendo. Like fighting with the sticks. Wah! Beat the people up with the stick. Wah! I'd like to do like Japanese traditional archery if I was gonna do one. With the big fucking giant bow. Pow! I think that'd be cool. But I want a target shoot. I don't know a place to go for that. I like the outfits they wear too. I think it's cute. They go out on those like little wooden floors and they walk around in the pow. It's so elegant. You know? Okay, chat. My problem is the field. I don't really have a field to go to shoot. A bow would be fairly easy to get, and arrows can't be that hard. But okay, yeah. Pat, I think I'm gonna end it here before I damage my voice anymore. I think I'm gonna stop. Hopefully, I'm hoping that with the rest that I take for the rest of today, me drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, being healthy, that tomorrow we can come back and we can do stuff on stream. We can talk and hang out and play video games. Right? So, I hope you guys at least had a little bit of fun today, hanging out and chatting. Before I get myself into trouble. I hope you all rest well, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!